Welcome to the Musicians Creating Prosperity podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Fabiana Claure, and in today's episode, I'm thrilled to feature one of our amazing clients, Nana Grace, who is going to share her journey as an amazing piano teacher, pianist, and founder of multiple ventures, including her music academy, as well as directing incredible competitions. She's going to share with you how she reinvented herself, her business, and what the process looked like for her to create a new life. Welcome, Nana.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited. I'm very an honor to be at your studio, and I'm very lucky and proud to be at your school. Today, I'm going to share my experience from my first day of joining your program and until now. I think that would be very interesting for a lot of people to see, how it will affect on your life, on your school, on your knowledges, on your experience. So I started the program a couple months ago, which is being just a piano teacher with teaching privately in some schools and being a regional director of Crescendo International Competition at Carnegie Hall. And I decided to join the program to see my new opportunities, what I can do in our new world. Everyone knows our world changing every day. It's very turbulences. And I believe every teacher, because we have huge responsibility for our future generation, make sure our kids in the right hands. And I knew it's not enough to be professional. It's not enough to be great pianist. Even when I started the program, I believe my big beginning was my intuition. And I have to be honest, other people was trying to reach me, but I was very, like in everything in my life, I'm very accurate. I'm the big analyzer. Before I make decision, I think, right? But when I met Fabiana, I made decision during the 3 days because I knew she's gonna be the one who knows how to adapt this world, how to be successful. I have to be honest, it's not easy time right now, not only for some people trying to find consistency, make sure I have this, I have that. Fabiana was the one who were open for me the new world. It's nothing about consistency. It's nothing about who you are. It's nothing about what are you doing and how. It's about how to continue to be successful and how to understand your real internal person. Believe me or not, I did not come for Fabiana School to learn how to teach or how to open the new school. No. Fabiana for me was her school, her methods, her program open, totally new person, totally new teacher. During 6 months, it's not very important, but I still have to tell I have couple degrees in different countries. And I always been blessed because I have in my business, in my teaching, it was synergy. I used to give more than people expect from me. And that was my philosophy. And I love that. And Fabiana's school and her program was the one who support my idea. Before you receive, you have to give. But at the same time, by learning the program, by learning the whole aspects, they join our team, I realized there is something else. There are a lot of more in my life, in my experience that I can share with the people. And that music umbrella, right, Fabiana? That was my big part of this program. I was teaching. What I learned for those 6 months was more than I learned for all 30 years. And technology, and the methods, and the psychology, and everything was begin from myself. I remember I have so different feelings. I knew it's a right way for me, but I was not sure if I can handle it.
Yeah, let's talk more about that. I guess what would be very helpful is to really kind of go back. It's sometimes
Mhm.
hard to remember, but let's go back in time. What was going on? Because I'm sure many of our listeners can relate to the challenges you were experiencing before we started working together, before you started changing your business. So share more about what were the things you were struggling with the most before you decided to reinvent your music business and start working with us in this new model. Tell us more about what were the main challenges you were experiencing.
More challenging was I have so many students, and each of them were very important for me, very valuable. And I was working in a different organization. My waiting list was 18 months ahead, and I never want to hide I'm a financially stable woman, but obvious, if we work, we have to be paid, right? But
Mhm.
I came to the point where I'm not that the teacher that think only about the money, right? And I knew I have to learn what else I can do to handle, right? And being not only piano teacher, not only instructor, I am the director of the biggest competition of our country, Christian the Carnegie Hall, which is I met a lot of we running the auditions, right? We met a lot of students, and like all other students, everyone is great. All teachers are great. I'm sure when they teach, they do their best. But we are, as a judges, and we knew exactly, where is the student's fault and where is some teachers not enough educated.
Mm.
Like, I realize world needs my help. And I just see 24 hours is not enough. And no matter how great I am, no matter how many assistants I have, I raise my own ones, right? And at Fabiana's school was new biggest part, which is I never trained before. I start to teach in a group. I knew it's very important. I knew it's a huge part of music education. It's not enough to only have one-on-one. There are a lot of knowledge, there are a lot of aspects in music education where, it doesn't matter. Is it one-on-one or you have group of them? And I have some experience before by working in Montessori school, working in some other private school as a general music teacher, right? But joining the program, myself as a teacher, I grow a lot. I remember how I talk. I don't know if Fabiana remembered. I said, Fabiana, do you understand? I'm the artist. The camera, I said, the Zoom, that's the thing I never even use in my life. And I'm the one who believe one-on-one teaching, that's the only way. I was the one of those. Even during the COVID, right? I took all risks. I was teaching my students online, but I'm a pretty healthy woman. I said, don't worry, come to my studio. Yes,
That's how much you wanted to stay in the one-on-one model before.
absolutely. I'm very honest. Because I did not believe in group teaching. That's why I did that, right?
What made you open yourself to a different perspective? Then what point did you start considering
When
and
I
feeling that it
start,
could
when
work?
I went to your program, when I
Okay.
start to learn, I already step by step, I start to understand I'm the one who gonna create the program. Nobody will tell me, because we're not coming to learn how to play piano. We're learning
Right.
how to develop the new goals of achieving the better goals, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And I really want to share this with you. And I was invited, I will share with Fabiana. There are three TV channel we were interviewed. And when myself I start believe, I said, oh my goodness, oh yes. And but I knew if it's not wasn't easy that for me, how I'm gonna prove to the people. And I did something very challenging, but right after I don't remember, I think I didn't even finish the program yet. I took my own students and I love them, but I babysit them many years. Keep in your mind that, right? And then I realized after Fabiana's lecture, it's not the best way to babysit. We have to teach these kids how to continue music without us. It's never going to happen. They stop taking the lessons, forget it. Some of them, they never open the piano. And I realized it's supposed to be lifetime teaching. It's supposed to be lifetime investment. I took group of the students, it's 13 students. I sign up all of them for the state competition because I said to my parents, you know me so many years, please trust me.
Hey, quick pause here. If you are a musician, music educator, or creative entrepreneur who's built a successful business, I need to ask you something. Do you feel trapped by your own success? Maybe you have steady clients, consistent revenue, maybe even a team, but you're working more hours than ever. You can't take time off because everything depends on you. You've become the bottleneck in your own operation. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. You're not failing, you're just succeeding without the right systems. The skills that got you here aren't the same ones that you need to scale. I know because I've been there. I founded my music academy in 2011, and by 2016, I had built the systems to manage it completely remotely on autopilot. That success led to my online business, which replaced my university salary and gave me the freedom to build a lifestyle business on my own terms. I've also helped countless musicians around the world do the exact same thing, win back their time while exponentially scaling their income on their own terms. That's why I'm hosting my free Autopilot Your Music Business Masterclass to show you exactly how you can do this too. Go to musiciansprofitmasterclass.com and secure your spot right now. Imagine having the freedom to focus on what you love the most while your business thrives on autopilot. That's exactly what we'll build together. Now, back to today's episode.
And I have to say, even that, I could not make a decision because as every normal, I'm building my business 30. I said, if myself being musician, being a teacher, being a mother, how? Right? That's the question. And I said, I understand if somebody don't believe on me, or somebody will think they cannot afford financially. Even I knew it's equivalent. If the people think about long term, trust me, it's equivalent. Make long story short, I sign up for that competition, state competition in state of Rhode Island, 13 kids. I said 3 months. If I'm not gonna prove, if my kids failed, which is also okay, we have to teach them. It's a big part of our life. But I knew it's not gonna happen. I knew it's not. Out of 13 kids, 12 kids got first place.
Wow.
First place. They learn for 3 months. For 3 months, they learn serious pieces according their level. And I will never forget that day. I don't want to say I'm pretty well-known teacher in my state with my status, but I proved to my students that the piece it used to minimum one year. And I explained to them, do you understand? Even if you're gonna come every day to my studio, it's not gonna be what I'm offering you now. Okay.
So in 3 months, they got the results that used to take them almost a year?
More, for some of them more. How even it's not easy. My work, a lot of educators work, we have not enough to be piano teacher, not enough to be, I'm concert pianist. By the way, I never been a teacher. Okay. I think I have my own from God, right? And I decided one moment in my life, I love to teach more than to perform. And nothing wrong with that. I perform for money and I teach for my heart. But one day, when I started teaching my group, I was trying to talk to my parents to explain. It was very difficult, different situation in my life. I have the situation when somebody gave up with me, right? And I was crying. I was so upset. And some of my students said, Miss Nana, how? And I as educator, I was so strong, and Fabiana was amazing support for me. I wish I would have more time to stay on the program, but we know we have all our life, right? And that I have to finish my program because I believe all my success, all I achieved, it's happened with her lectures and her support. Extremely smart, and I have to tell you this, a lot of educated people, and I have big community. I work with a lot of schools, with a lot of teachers. You know how many lost right now teachers because of the technology world?
Right.
I'm one of them. I can't believe I can work with 3, 4 cameras. I can't believe I have 2 screens. I have 4 pianos, and I used to have couches in my studio in front of for the parents. I don't need that anymore. Okay. And I still have different programs because everyone get ready for the program.
Nana, why don't you walk us through the transformation of the way you were teaching before into what you actually build following the Musicians Profit Umbrella framework, et cetera? Walk us through like the nuances of what that transformation looked like that got so many better results for your students.
As you know, biggest moment to explain to your audience. And right now, I'm talking about for my present students, right? Because new generation, it's already new generation.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That's the thing. We have to be, more sensitive, and we have to be more knowledgeable how to explain, right?
mm-hmm,
And when you start teach somebody one on one, right? And I can give that small example. Kids can have the same result. I have them, and no one. And I feel so bad sometimes, and I'm much stronger right now, to explain to and I don't get upset because they cannot be educated as me. I don't want to make upset. I don't want to disrespect someone, but at least in my environment, none of them knows better than me. 10 years experience, having business coach like Fabiana, who is a doctor, who is musician, who is pianist, who knows how to adapt this world. That's what happened with me. I don't care how many degrees they have. You don't want it, my door is open. Nobody can tell me it doesn't work. I proved to whole state. I was invited for the TV channel to show that, Doremi Academy, first, supreme, the grant, like was, and that was when I first time used this program. You can teach in a group, 100%. There are different kids, there are special needs kids. And in my situation, I even have the students who parents told me, no, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. What are you talking about? He can't even stay still. I said, not with me. Let me try. Let me try. I don't need any money for right now, but if I prove you're responsible for all the payments, that was very thing. Guess what? This child, he loves the program. I
mm,
proved to the parents, to the teachers, if they could not find the time how to teach kids to focus in a group, it's a teacher problem.
mm. So how does your model look like right now? They meet with you once a week. Like, let's just break it down for our listeners to
Different,
be able to wrap their
different.
heads
I
around
have
it.
students because I teach students from MIT. I have students from Brown University. I have different stages.
What ages are they, more or less, the age ranges of your
My age
students?
range from in a group lessons
Yeah,
from 9 in a group lessons in a
online.
Zoom online from 9 to 29.
Oh, okay. Wow, you have a wide range. Okay. And so how do you work with them on a weekly basis, asynchronously as well? Tell us more about the way you work with them.
If most of them it's group lessons, right?
You mean
And
master classes, right? They
master
take turns
classes,
playing
yes,
for you,
master
not group lessons.
classes, and
They're not playing at the same time or anything. They're taking turns showing you what they're working on
okay.
individually,
Yes.
right?
Yes. For example,
Right.
obviously, every teacher knows the repertoire. We always have a programs.
Hmm.
This semester, we have examination for Royal Conservatory. Then we have Christmas concert. Then Crescendo is coming. Then Steinway competition is coming. And all my kids involved in different events. I
Okay.
know their repertoire, right? But also, all of them have some routines, right?
Okay. Yeah. So they meet with you once a week.
Sales,
They take turns showing you
history,
what they're working on.
beauty. It's a lot
So
of
what else
things.
do you do with them
My
outside of the call? What do you do with them outside of the weekly group masterclass? Tell us more about how you work with them beyond that.
outside, I have students who send me the video every day. And I
Okay.
love to do that. For every teacher, it's a piece of cake for us. Listen, and right away, you send the feedback. Okay, go to measure that and repeat lesson of that. You keep contact. You take away responsibility from my parents. Tell them, go practice, do this, do that. I totally took responsibility on myself. I said to the parents, stay away. Just trust me. Your job come for the concert, received your scholarship, received that's your job. Don't ruin, stay the mother. You have to choose to be mother or a teacher. I'm their teacher, you're their mother. That's
Oh
also
wow. They must have loved that.
yes. I have so many parents uh, who extremely thankful. I can hear that, like, and then sometimes, oh, Miss Nana, we miss you. Can we stop by? I said, of course, if I have time. And I have more than usually. But at the same time, I'm that kind of person. I have free time, but I start doing something else,
Right, of course.
because I constantly educate myself more and more and more.
So Nana, just to kind of put it in hours, how many hours were you teaching before you made this reinvention in your music business with us?
If I used to teach 45 hours, of
Wow.
course, right now it's no more than 22. I have some like special needs is a different league, but even my special needs kids, I teach the special needs kids. Right, it's a group lessons, but
Hmm.
one of them, I still even those kids, I involve their parents to be with them on a Zoom. I
Oh,
said
wonderful.
you have to help them. You have to help them to adapt.
Mm,
Otherwise, they will stay behind.
mm.
Don't be stubborn. You know what? If somebody says it's not true just because they don't know how, Fabiana, I
Right.
know that. Even, I was like, I never was. I remember when I opened many years ago my studio in my city, right? It was seven of them. Right now, it's only mine. I never compare myself. I
Mm,
always give, because what I do right now, I have young teachers. I teach them
mhm,
how to teach, how
mm,
to be on this not easy time, like I said, in every field. And
mhm.
don't think what's going to be tomorrow, by the way. It's wrong time. Even when people say passion, wrong time. Right now, you have to jump on a wave. That's where is success. That's where going to be your passion. That's what we have to teach our kids right now. I myself, I used to say to my students, you know, don't go too much in music. I said that myself because I was thinking, you know what, in the system works. We don't even have. They don't want to even hire some teachers for the school, right?
Right,
Not anymore. My last lecture, I've been in a university. I said, listen, who gonna buy right now a computer game without music?
right,
I have funny, beautiful lectures for my group teaching about the Debussy because Debussy, the one, addiction, playing,
right.
without music therapy, music, that's my students, that's all I work. Right
Mhm.
now, I said to my students, don't give up. It's our future.
I
Influence
love
on the
that.
brain, right?
Right.
Combination. Also, very powerful things, right? This is my next step to create and maybe work on my own. My I'm working my own AI. Musicians with our brain, we always will be on the market because beside of everything, we have intuition, we have creativity.
I love that.
It's
Nana, what would you say gave you that, I guess, mindset switch, right? From being that traditional music teacher who fully
results.
believed in the value of the one-on-one lesson. At what point did you realize, wait, this could actually work? And like, what were the things that motivated you to believe in it and then to be able to talk about it with your students? What do you feel helped you make that switch?
Your lectures. When I came to you, I already made decision. I don't know no one else because I don't want to say that, but I'm enough known person in my state, right? And I have a lot of invitations for different, and I'm the person who it's not easy for me to say no. First of all, I like to get info. Constantly, I was flying master classes. It's in Moscow, it's in China, all over, and I learn a lot. But I said it's nothing if you just learn, but you never implement the why. And when with you, first of all, start teaching in group. Also, I had more time to put all my other ideas. If I used to work only in my studio, right now I'm playing there. I'm teaching teachers. I'm teaching some people who has more experience than me, but not in this world. Not in this world. And I talk. I explain to them, a lot of things, and I always share that comes from your school because
Oh, that's fine. Thank you. I mean, the goal here is really to help, provide a window of what it looks like to make this transformation. I'm curious when you mentioned, the lectures were what opened your eyes and just was it just kind of seeing what the methodology consisted of in more depth? Was it watching the examples of the other clients that we've also helped them do this? Which part of the lectures did you feel was the most helpful that I guess, made you switch your mind and consider actually making this incredible change in your business? Was there a specific part that you felt was the most helpful?
Yes, of course. I always being myself many years ago, but like I mentioned, I never have teacher certification, right? And but because being involved in a lot of competitions and judging, right, was big part backstage psychology that this,
Mm.
and why we have to do that one on one, right? Was first thing I remember from your lecture, like extremely huge experience. It's every week they play for me, but at the end of the month, there is a week when I totally, again, some a lot, most of you, I don't know if you started already or you're going or you're thinking, right? Week 4 in my school is for me, for my new creations. And there is two sides of that. I explain to my students, I have to teach them how to survive without me. For me, do you want to have Miss Nana? Fresh, strong, active, traveling? I need my time. That's my time when I take my things, when I have to re energize myself. And it also was another step for me. I said, what I'm going to say, it's two things. First, you have to accept, but then you have to bring to your big audience, hundreds of
Right,
them. How to
right.
explain? First thing come to their mind, we're paying for 4 weeks. And she said, do yourself. But it's behind of that more lifetime investment. They have my lectures, they have my platform. And I said to them, if you lost Miss Nana here, but go there first. Let this way I teach them how to accept. They have to know how to move on. You can constantly.
Yeah, spoon feed them.
Yes.
I love that. And let me
That
just
was
expand on what you're
my own
saying.
experience, Fabiana. It was my own experience from your school. I remember myself, I was so nervous, I was so frustrated because I knew my program is limited, right? And everyone moved with a different speed. That's what I
Mhm.
learned from you. You know, I was rushing, oh my goodness, my program will be over. I didn't do, but then I realized we all have different speed. For my students, I said, you with me as long as you want, take your time. And I said the same thing to my parents. Believe in your child. Never compare with anyone. Everyone has their own way. I'm here, but let them be responsible. Let them to be, because you teach a lot of things. It's not only music. That's about saving time on a week 4.
Yes, let me break it down for our listeners who may not understand exactly what we're discussing. So, one of the things that I help musicians really restructure is teaching not every single week and every month, but instead building a cadence where 3 weeks are meetings with a teacher, but then the fourth week of each month or 1 week every month, it is a week to implement on their own, and for the founder, for the teacher to zoom out and focus more on strategic planning, creative thinking, initiating new projects, even optimizing the existing client services systems and everything else that has to do with improving the experience for the clients without having to be caught up in the doing all the time. And so this is what Nana's referring to as having that opportunity to not have to be every single week meeting with students, but instead having a 3 weeks on, 1 week off, which essentially builds up 3 months out of each year to strategize, to do deep thinking, to optimize your business, which is the most profitable way you can grow your business is not by only doing, but it's also by thinking and optimizing what you're doing, right? And most of the
Absolutely.
times we don't think about that. We don't even build that time in. And so the beautiful thing about this is Nana's sharing is that it creates more accountability for the students to become more self-starters, more independent thinkers, but also the model throughout the weeks when you're meeting with clients, the fact that they see you for a little bit of time once a week in a group setting, take turns showing you, but then the rest of the week they have ample time to process the information, to review the materials,
Of
to maybe
course.
watch one of the trainings, and then to make an actual video to submit it to their teachers to get that direct feedback back and forth a couple times a week or so. That in and of itself creates a structure of ownership and accountability for the students to want to practice more and then to want to show up to the next group masterclass with more preparation, because it is so easy for them
Yeah,
to just show up to your lesson by themselves and say, oh, sorry, Miss Nana, I couldn't practice last week. It is a completely different story to show up to a weekly group masterclass where they know they're going to be sharing their work in front of their peers. Nana, can you talk about that? Like, what was the
Fabiana,
difference?
Fabiana, there's a lot of things in my mind, but can I share something else? Very important for me.
Yes.
Before I start work with Fabiana, right? intuitively, maybe somebody will listen to me right now and he said, oh my goodness, that's something, most of us dealing with that, right? Sometimes you plan the lesson, right? And right in the middle of the lesson, you decided to change. If you work for the big group or universities like me or schools, like they want to follow the plan. They don't want to things. And every time when it's happened with me, I wasn't even sure because none of the book, trust me, if I'll show my library, you will realize it's not only digital, will tell you that's what you have to do. So one of Fabiana's lectures, right? Because I was reading, I was listening constantly in my car. I was addicted. Even in one moment, it's so bad. I almost made an accident because I push bottom and then I realized I'm beeping that how learn I learned a lot. I can give you a lot of whole paragraphs what is still in my mind, how it was very huge impact for me. One of them, I will never ever will be every time when I communicate with Fabiana, my first things I want to say, Fabiana, I'm so thankful because whatever was in my intuition, she said that's what's supposed to be organic teaching. Like I remember when I have my first master classes, I said to Fabiana, Fabiana, I'm so nervous. I know I can do this, I can do that, but how? I never ever will forget my feelings. I even have my own diary, right? That was something, it was my hormones. Believe me or not, I really didn't care what other people think. I knew it was perfect. I saw real reaction of my students. They were happy, you know. And what I create very interesting. I check the homework, I give materials, and I check them right away. I want to make sure they accept with me because we know when the kids start to struggle, when they don't want to learn, when it's hard for them. And my job with 13 of another group is 22 of them, right? Make sure they accept everything with me during the group because we already know one-on-one is different things, right? And I realized, I said, Fabiana, it's so easy for me. Fabiana, I know some parents still, and it's normal. It's normal. Nobody wants to go to out of discomfort zone. That also I learned from Fabiana, right? But what was helping me, I knew it's perfect. As a teacher, I knew it works. You know, I create my lessons right away. I create right away. I said, okay, today, we're improvising, we're getting prepared, like the Halloweenish, right? I love to create. I learn myself. I made a lot of researches. I create my music mystery room, stories from the century 16, century 18. Then I play for them. They said, now you play. In the costumes, we do a lot of things. In a Zoom. And my kids listening. And then they give me results. They know more. They said, Miss Nana, we never heard about this before. Never mind. Certain things I learned myself because I'm so into it. And I also organic teaching. You don't have to prepare to. I was trying prepare, and believe me, when my class comes, I'm expired for something else. I found a mistake. I said, everyone pay attention. Now we're helping here, but open your music. Everyone, you go there, you go here. Okay, I explained to them, right? Because we know that no matter how different composers, no matter how about the music theory, we still have standards, correct?
Yeah, of
So
course.
my two kids has the problem zone. I switch my topic for all of them. But I said, now go to music, find transposition. Everyone from C major go to A minor. Everyone, screenshot, put me on a chat. Miss Nana will grade you. I'll give you. But then I can't wait. You don't know how much I do. How is amazing. My kids' music grammar, never in my 25 years, 30 years. What they do right now.
Wow.
What they do right now, how I do music dictation with them. My older college kids, they are in Berkeley. They never knew how to write down music by listening. And they love to do that. Like even simple harmony, you don't need to teach one on one. Do you understand me? Or for Christmas with my older group, right? I teach them how to record beautiful music, put on a card, like a lot of million. I sometimes I think I wish I have more time. Even I have time, my idea is endless. I can't wait to teach somebody. And that
That's
came from
awesome.
you, Fabiana.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Nana. And that's
Organic
so powerful.
teaching.
Organic teaching. Yeah. I mean, the idea here to expand on it is that you can have an outline of what you want to do, but at the end of the day, when you are in the room with your clients and you can sense their challenges in that moment, that's when the natural intuitive solutions are going to come out. And to be open to experiencing that in real time every
Yes.
week with your clients without having a strict, rigid agenda and releasing your inner creativity. And then, of course, you record those sessions. So now you have a vault of training that can be
I
served
forgot
for the
about say
future.
about that.
Yes.
Remember when you says, Nana, no worries about platform. If you see my platform now, my library, theory repertoire, that repertoire, like everything, what it comes, I gave them and here.
Yeah.
Whatever I give, it goes to my library here, there. And recently, right, I remember I was teaching them, I have beautiful topic for the Halloween's, right, Mystery of Symphony Ninth, right? We all know Symphony 9 from Beethoven, right? We know how to play it. Right away, when I started, somebody asked me, Miss Nana, how about the Schubert Symphony 9? Like a lot of aspects, right? Right away. I said, of course. And my kids, at the end of the like homework, for example, I give the ideas if somebody needs. I said, this week you watching copying Beethoven movie. I said, that's a gift from Miss Nana. Watch, think about it, and then next lesson we're gonna have like we're creating fun, right? Like I question, did they memorize the part when he created that? Who was that Anna who writing? It's like and I explain to the parents, you have to understand, if you want to create musician with heart and brain,
Mhm.
they're never gonna play if they don't know why and how composer was inspired.
Right.
Nobody can say it's their own business. I ignored that a long time ago. You can be involved in my teaching, number one, okay?
Right.
Deal with whatever you do. But when you're my students, I can tell that for this period of time, Fabiana, unbelievable composers, guess music, what they do, how they transpose the things. My college students, they said, Miss Nana, we learn more than ever. And that came from your program. That they sometimes they said, did you find Fabiana? I said, no, she found me. Like that's what I'm trying to say. It was so, even look at the color of, I hope
Yes,
you're gonna cut. It's, right, people,
right.
like what you told me yesterday.
I love that. I love that.
That's where is my, like, I hope it will be edited later, right? What is
Yes.
my pain? I believe so hard, Fabiana. It's, nobody can tell me. It works amazingly. This week I have one person who coming from Russia, and they started with me on a platform. That was my first one, who really wants me, and they went forever. I tell them, and they coming for the competition. I never
Love
saw
that.
them, and they open piano with me. It's my
Right.
first experience. In 4 months, they coming for competition.
Incredible. Incredible. Let's talk about what you mentioned about starting with nothing, right? And let's go back to that because it's easy to forget, right? What were some of those
I know, that's
challenges? But
what I said. I'm
just to
not
give the
saying I
context,
don't have enough time to share everything.
I know, a big obstacle that many people struggle with, a limiting belief, is that they need to have a library of videos before they start, or they have to have all these materials. And you were one of them.
Oh yes,
For several weeks, you said, I have a waiting list, but I've told them
I
I'm not
lost
going to start until I have all
I
the
lost
videos.
10 pounds before my.
You were stressing out, and I told you, no, just start and you'll build the videos along the way as
I
you
will.
go. And now you have a beautiful library. Talk to us about that, I guess, that epiphany, right? Like, what was it? What did it feel like to just be able to tell your people, let's get started and I'll build it as we go? Like, how
Fabiana,
was that impactful to you?
can I share with you when middle of the night, I texted to you, I was thinking I'm going to divorce with my husband after 30, because he worked for IT department, right? I am like, always knew I don't need that much, no. But then it kind of, my idea is here, but I don't know how to put on that over there. And first, when you invest the money, all of that situation, you think you're talking about that virtual assistant, that's another extra money. People like me who did not have the business strategies, I never learned how to be a businessman, start to think and count different ways, right?
Right,
Then my husband said, of course, I'll help you. Oh, I'm sorry. It's like I'm trying to teach him Rachmaninoff without knowing piano. Okay.
right.
So I texted to you at the middle of the night, right? And you says, Nana, go to virtual.
Get a virtual assistant. Yes. That's one of the big things we help our clients with is not just have to learn all the tech themselves, but instead be able to delegate that. And we show you how to find a great virtual assistant overseas that is very affordable. Tell us about that. Yes.
I forgot what's the name of the girl who worked with you.
Hannah was your VA?
Anna is my girl. No, but the person who helped.
Yeah, our team. No worries. Yeah. Keep
Yes,
going.
somebody from your team, right? So she says, go here. You told me, go here, go there. I look, that's again from our musicality, no matter how many
Right.
degree, intuition, creativity.
Right.
Nana, Hannah, and she said, you can, Fabiana shared, you can charge this, you can charge it. I said, I'm not even thinking about this. And don't get me wrong, my money never come from there. I'm mother of 3 kids and
Right.
first immigrant generation in this country. Okay. But on that moment, when energetically, and even the forgot her name, who tell me you can choose, you don't have to. I said I
Yeah.
made my decision, Hannah.
Yeah.
She said wait. I mean, it was first, some. What I want to say, Hannah with me, I took her on full time. And even I knew I didn't argue any prices, less or more. I said, because I knew the person has to be happy. If she asked me, my first step make her happy, plus compared to American standards, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful
It's
difference.
a lot more affordable.
Yes,
Yeah.
right? That's how I work. I have to make happy, then people will, you know. So my Hannah, never mind my last name is Grace. I'm Nana, she's Hannah, the girl from Philippines, and her second name is Grace.
Oh, wow.
I know, like she is.
It was meant to be. What was it like to learn how to work with someone and build that?
What I like about her, she was very honest. She's Miss Nana. It's also very new for me, because I told her, Hannah, I need help. I need help, and she says, no worries. The platform, the school, right? I said, you don't know. I don't know how to push the button. She said, no worries. And right now, like I run my master classes, all Canva, all my slides. We watch piece of music. And Hannah, guess what? On the third month, Hannah bought the piano. She said, Miss Nana, I want to be your client.
Oh,
She said,
that's
Miss
amazing.
Nana, on your whatever you pay to me, I put all my money on the nice digital piano.
Oh my goodness. That's
What I'm
incredible.
trying to say, right? We have more contacts. I found different parts of business for her. For example, I'm creating beautiful musical calendar with things like I'm giving her different business, right? Never mind, I'm
Right.
inviting her to me. It's another
Right.
story, right? And I gave her another clients, and she said,
Right.
Miss Nana, I can't believe it. I'm gonna less work for me. I said, nobody will be Miss Nana, nobody will be Hannah. Remember that. We're not competing here. That's the thing. So, and when she went, I guess she got another clients from your school, Fabiana, because
Uh-huh.
she already, yes, people, when I finished my program, but people contacting to me, I gave her name. She's
Okay.
happy, right? And she knows already a lot, because
Right.
I didn't know technically how to do it. But my creation was amazing. We need this room, we need that room, we need that game for the kids, like
Yeah.
all things. So VA, like I was ready to pay the full time, which is even she's very honest girl. She says, Miss
Right.
Nana, I don't work that much. I said, it's okay. There is a other place where you can do that. And trust me, it's also never been extra money.
Yes.
Friends, teachers, and money, never extra. That's what in my
Right.
mind, right? So
Wonderful.
that's what I learned. First of all, you also have to know it's online, right? And 12 hours difference, new experience. And we have
Right.
beautiful relationship. At the same time, she knows Miss Nana is Miss Nana.
Right. Yeah. And she's adapted to your teaching style and everything that you need, but she's made your life
And
easier.
she said, Miss Nana, I learned a lot because she always with me on my master classes. I
Right.
totally don't want to take care who is camera. She's on a charge. Everyone
Right.
knows she's part of my team.
Right.
People can contact to her. That's why she's my own full time.
Right.
And
Right.
I said, technological, all invoices, all money. I said, I don't want to deal with that
Right.
because I don't believe we have to. Am I right?
Of course, of
That's why
course.
my
And I'm so glad you listened because that was one
yes,
of the biggest barriers for you. And I think for many of our listeners, they think they need to be tech wizards to do this. And
no,
you're living proof
because
that,
if
like,
you're gonna
if
use
you
this
follow the system,
energy, how to push gradually. For example, was a very big tsunami 2 weeks ago in
Mhm.
Philippines, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and it's supposed to be my big master class recital class, and I have to invite one of my judge.
Hmm.
I can't share everything. I say, Fabiana, I wish if one day you can invite me with somebody who joined, I just share. I have, because I went through myself. I can
Right,
give what's real, not only theoretically can work, right?
right,
So,
right.
and Hannah says, Miss Nana, we have no electricity. We're expecting very bad things, like please pray for me,
Yeah.
right? I pray, I worry, but I said, don't worry. I know everything will be fine with you, because I know for my intuition, for my
Hmm.
numerology, you're going to be here in USA very soon. I said, say to your relatives, stay near to you. They will be safe. But she said, Miss Nana, we lost all electricity. I'm just trying to tell you what kind of people work over there,
Yeah.
how they
Yeah.
work. And
Yeah.
I said, don't worry. And then I realized I don't know how to do it, because all materials she has.
Right.
All I do, I know I work with a pedal, my camera on kids pedal. I work
Hmm.
on a movie, it goes movie, we watch together and we're discussing, right?
Right.
But all my slides, whatever I game I prepare, it's from her side.
Right.
And I already right away see, okay, otherwise I'm changing my topic. It's recital today. We're playing Miss Nana giving feedback. 3 minutes before master class, my Hannah, who is no electricity, waiting tsunami, she said, Miss Nana, I saved battery for your class.
Well, that's
And don't
amazing.
forget, it's 6 p.m. here. It's 6 a.m. in Philippines.
In the Philippines.
You
Uh-huh.
know,
They're so loyal. They're so
that's what I'm
wonderful.
trying to respectness,
That's
responsibility.
amazing.
Of course, it depends from us also. I'm
Of
kind of
course.
strict also. Don't forget, we're all leaders.
Yes.
I
Yes.
learn from you, Fabiana.
Oh,
To
thank
be
you.
person like you, I will never forget when. Remember when I start and my daughter has to go through the oncology. It's the last thing I could think on that moment. I have to fly to Alaska, 12 hours flight. And I said, Fabiana, I have to somehow take a break. The same thing for us. We have big heart, but we have to be strong as a leader. The leadership, that's something I realized nobody will do it. You
Right.
have to do it. Nobody. You can learn, you can listen different lectures, you
Yeah.
can hire any business coach until you don't understand your value.
I love that. And that applies not only with your team, that applies with your clients, being able to guide them into the next
First
version,
of all, on your clients.
right? Yeah.
Because I believe, Fabiana, I believe that even next years will be easier for our, let's say, strategies, because right now, look what's happening in the colleges. Students comes to the classroom, there is no teacher. They
Hmm.
can say, Miss Nana, you're trying this, Miss Nana, we're not coming. My heart was broken, Fabiana. I put
Yeah.
all my heart, you know what it is when you race and then you can't prove to the people that I give you much more.
Right. Right.
I teach you to perform. That's another amazing. Please listen to me. They perform every week. You
Right.
teach them. It's not only for piano. They understand that's a lifetime for the technique, for the exams, for the go to the interview. And
Yeah.
my thing, they have to present themselves. They have to know how to bow. They know how to sit on the piano. And most of my parents, I know four of them, all my master classes with me. And for
Mhm.
me, even somebody who disrespect me sometimes, I have to say, we're all people. And I'm strong, but I'm sensitive. But because of those parents, extremely thankful. They said, Miss Nana, we learn a lot. I went early from my job because my son texted, Miss Nana, we're going to have today Mystery Nine Symphony something. Like, like a lot of
Love
things.
that.
And I'm trying to teach, which is, how to,
I
a
love
lot
that.
of things. And like I said, group. Kids discuss. Kids goes between each other. I said, pay attention because then we're gonna discuss. I have others because I mix the age. The Montessori method. It's not because of Miss Nana, you know, and I learned right away how to, for cranky parents, I call them cranky parents. I don't want to say something else. I said, right away I know what to send to them.
Mm,
It's your job. Okay, time doesn't work, this doesn't work, different, but don't say it doesn't work.
right,
Don't take that advantage, not advantage, that experience from your child,
right.
you know?
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Nana. This has been such a wonderful conversation. And so the best part of it is your conviction, your own sense of just belief in the potential, and the fact that you were open to learning a new model, even after so many decades of teaching the conventional model. What would you tell to anyone listening who is perhaps considering making these changes, maybe even considering working with me and my team, but who may still be on the fence or trying to think about whether this could work for them as well, etc.? What words of advice would you have to tell, even yourself a few months ago when you were still thinking about this?
If you are a real music educator, not only musical, by the way, not only music educator, I talk about this because it's me, right? If you're not gonna teach, if you're not gonna learn how to teach in group, you're not giving them everything, because you physically, as a human being, no matter how intensive, no matter how fast, 24 hours never going to be 48. You just can't give them. What I'm trying to explain to you, even I teach one group is at 12 kids, one group is 22 kids, right? I can't wait when I'm going to teach this. Oh, okay, this, because we have a lot to share. Our mission, if we decided to teach, right, we have to, until you give, you're not going to get new knowledges, that. And I'm telling you, I agree, different kids, different level of the development, right? There is unique things, you have to think about this. But group teaching is a huge. If you're not teaching, you're not giving them everything. I don't believe by teaching one-on-one you can give as much as I can give them. That's very my strong statement,
I
my
love that.
very strong statement. And all my dear teachers, we are working not an easy, it's like, I don't know if my pronunciation is correct, turbulence time, right?
Yeah.
You have to be able to prove what you're doing right now, right?
Yeah.
And so I just don't know how you can give, even if they come every day to you, you're not going to give them. Do you understand this? You won't be able, you not have enough time. If you're working, you have today, I agree, you can, I don't know if I should share that, you can work on your programs going with the status they achieve,
Of
right?
course.
Right, yes. First program this, then they achieve certain things, you can recommend them this. It's different things. But group teaching, I have to tell you that, Fabiana, I have students 6, 5, right? And my parents, of course, they don't want to even hear about. They want an individual. Of course, Miss Nan is virtuos. They know that, right? And I'm gonna share with you that will be my new thing. I'm investing even this level. Also, I will my advice: move fast, but don't rush in this time.
Right.
Because
Right.
make sure, but move. If you're not gonna move, you go behind.
For sure. How about financially? Let's talk about that for a minute because I think that's an important part of this process. We talked about how much it saved your time, went from 45 hours of teaching to 22 hours now. And from, being able to spend only 3 months learning, in preparation for a competition instead of more than a year.
But
But let's talk
Anna,
about the financial switch.
I
How
I
did
don't
that
even
impact
think
you?
I don't think people have a question. Look, I used to work with my students and waiting list, right? And I
Right.
didn't have enough time. I told you, financially, I'm pretty was very, waiting. All teachers know that. But now I know some people said you have free time, right? That free time now I start to apply for college students. Obviously, I make save time. They know more, and now I have another level. Now I teach young teacher. Multiply three,
Yeah.
two. It's like the time I save here, I have explore more. And it's also a new step for me because you have to, like I said, next generation. I believe this stage of your students, I don't know, clients, students, whatever they want to call themselves, it will be easy for them because it will already move this wave. Because my last 2 weeks ago, right, it was midterm in Berkeley. I already see people, oh, you know what, I didn't even see my teacher.
Right.
And somebody, oh, ta, 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 ta. Oh, yes, do you know Doremi Miss Nana's Miss Grace platform. We don't even see it. We can't wait to see it. It used to be piano private, one-on-one,
Right.
right? And
Right.
like I have students never, they open piano with me. They said, is it possible? I have another situation, Fabiana. My heart was broken. Like parents are students of medical school. They just immigrated from Germany. Doesn't matter. I don't want to give details, right? I understood. Put two kids on a platform, pay $1,000 per month is between the life and right. But I believe so much. I have to be honest with you. I told her, put one and let them learn together the same thing. Because
Mm,
I really want them. I didn't want to lose them.
right. Yeah, I remember you mentioned, just so I can remember here. What was the monthly rate that you used to charge, and then how did you switch it? I think it was like doubled, right? You kind of doubled or tripled your rates. What was
My
that switch?
lesson, my lesson one-on-one, $45, and my platform per month, $430.
Wow.
And that's
That's 10 times more. That's no $45 per lesson, right? So it's about 180 a month, right? So you went from charging 180 to 450. That's more than double of what,
because
and
I
from teaching,
believe
and you
that will
reduced the
grow
time.
from your program. How much I gave
Incredible.
them. They don't have to be
Incredible.
here.
That's incredible.
That's
So
why
you're earning more, you're working fewer hours, and you're delivering even more value. That's the bottom line. I mean, that's what we're here to really showcase and share. There's no question that not only does it give better results, but also helps the teachers create a better financial position so that you're not burned out and you can serve at a better
of
level.
course, you can grow for the next whatever. You never have time. Yes.
Love that. Well, thank you so much, Nana, for sharing this experience with us. What final words would you like to share with anyone considering making this switch? I mean, it's a no-brainer to me, but I mean, what would you want to share?
Number one, thank you so much. Number two, can wait to see more people who have opportunity to learn faster. It's much faster. And as you know, in music education, it's endless. You can continue, and teach and teach. It's no, don't afraid that they're gonna, and if somebody was enough, it means it's enough. Because definitely supposed to be synergy. Somebody come for the 1 year, somebody for the 6 months, somebody for the want to stay in your program many years. Okay, it's that's I can't wait to teach more kids because program is amazing.
Thank you so much, Nana. Where can people look you up, find more information about you and your program? What would be a great place to send them?
uh, Rhode Island Doremi Music Academy.
.com?
It's on Facebook, and it's basically my page on Facebook for now.
Rhode Island Doremi Music Academy. Love that. Everyone listening, go check out her program, check out her page. Of course, refer people to her if you think anyone else would be interested. But more importantly, thank you so much for being
Thank
part of
you
this
so much.
process, for being an innovator, a trailblazer, and one of our esteemed clients who's willing to openly share your transformation in hopes of helping others go through it as well. Thank you, Nana.
Thank you so much, and I hope music education will grow, grow, and grow.
Yay!